Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trade your charts, not mine. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, only session today. Crude in its first trade of the morning is long from 59.76 All right. Unleaded also in a long trade. Pound Aussie in a long that's hit target 1. So this was a power quitting trade. Stop now at 213. YM with a get in sync long. Less than a minute to go before market open. $29 ticks, it's big enough. And the market is open, it goes to the stop, so that trade's off the table. Micro Russell trade is off the table. Soybeans gone too far. Looking for a new trade there. Looking for a new trade on the YM. Looks like if we can get back up above the balance line, we'll get along. Micro Russell with a long trade. Has to go up 3 ticks. So 37.5. Comes to there. And actionable target is target 3. YM, YM picks up a short, stops and reverses into a long. It just hit money management. Down there. Start entry. Oh, yeah, the short was way too fast, so we'll take this one. All right, that did come back down and got us in before going up to money management. Stops out for a single tick. And we did pick up target 1. It was big enough, 22. So that is a power quitting trade. So the YM is done. One and done this morning. I will move unleaded up over that. New short setup on the YM. New short setup on crude. That's a stop and reverse. 59 for the entry. No, yeah, 59 for the entry. And that triggers in. So 49 is going to be money management, which will be down here. So that means money management is going to be money management's right there. So that means our targets will be targets 2 and 3. We had 4 tick adjustment there because stop and reverse adjustment of 2 ticks puts us at 61. And that key levels to 59. Micro NQ off to the races. And we actually, that's a full risk still on because we haven't hit money management on that crude trade. There is another stop and reverse. That will be loss number 2. And that'll be the end of the session for crude. Actually 78, 81. So actually we're still in the short. Full to be a full stop. And let's see, not quite time. We just hit our start time. Now, yep, didn't get back up, so that's a no trade. Looks like a good one right now. So we're still short on crude. That's a good trade on the short. That goes break even. The long is looking like it could go either way. Definitely in the long. Micro in Q, that is. Soybean still in its early trade. All right, let's see what we had here. So we had that was a break even for our first trade. Full loss on the second. And then a nice strong win on trade number 3. We are trading the January contract on crude, by the way. That needed to go up 3 ticks. I won't bother to mark this up because there's several trades beyond this. All right, so trade number 3 was a win. Stop that there. Trade number 4, 27, 28, 38. That is most likely an avoidable trade. That one's not. So that's going to be loss number 2. Fourth trade. And loss number 3 on the 5th trade. So session is done. 3 losses, 1 big win, and a break even. All right, we get a target 2, and do we get? Yeah, we hit target 3 on the nose. So targets 2 and 3. Break even for 1, win for 2. 3 is avoidable. 4 didn't trigger in. 5 is probably avoidable. No, that's not 5 yet. So we're still on target. Trade number 3. Short's good. It's a break even. So that's trade number 3. Long hits money management. That's a break even for trade number 4. And the short is our next trade. We're in it. Money management. And we get down to target 2. Yep, there's target 2. So that's win number 2. Looking for target 3. So we got targets 2 and 3 and a trailer. Good trailer up beyond target 1. So targets 4 and trail came off there. Avoidable, avoidable, avoidable. Break even for 3. Break even for 4. 5 is a win and stops out on the trailer just below target 1. 6 is going to be a long trade. Final trade of the morning for unleaded. And that's a break even. Micro NQ is done. 2 wins, a couple of break evens. Let's see. Break even, win. Break even is 3. Break even is 4. Win is 5. Break even is 6. So yeah, 4 break evens and 2 wins. And that is done. Soybeans, still no trades. My pound Aussie stopped out, so 4 additional positions stopping out for a single pip. 16 pips on target 1, 20 pips total. Probably pretty close to break even after trade costs. But it's a one and done session. Coming back tomorrow. We'll bring unleaded back down here where it belongs since we're done with the micro NQ. And looks like what did we do here? We hit money management and target 1. So we get a partial win. Target 1 traders are done. Target 2 traders will take the short. So this trade is for target 2 traders only. Crude is actually still in the original short, or in the stop and reverse short. Coming down to the entry again at 59. You know, it's 60 now. Entry was at the entry 59. So unleaded in the short. Crude's in the short. Trade number 2 for crude, the stop, or the exit point, stop and reverse is 81. Which is the full stop out for the short trade. Now Nausea is done, YM is done. Both of our catapult charts, Micro Russell and Micro NQ, are done. Soybeans still in an early trade. Getting pretty close to. No, we got another month yet before we are looking to roll over the contract. Please do say hello in the chat. Unleaded testing 50 EMA. And a stop and reverse. 43.47, 89.47. And it did hit it. So we are long now on unleaded. So we go from short was at 89.12, 89.47, 35 ticks. We're down 70 on that. Our first trade was $21 to $28, so we 14. We're down 56 for target 2. Target 1 got 4, actually got 7 and 44, so 51 ticks for target 1, one and done session on unleaded. Crude still short. Stop and reverse adjustment keeping us in this short trade. Unleaded is long. Crude is actually short. Soybeans setting a new session low. Yeah, crude, unleaded, and soybeans are our only active charts. The other 4 are already finished. Soybeans, unfortunately not in this trade. Unleaded stops out. Full stop out. So that was 63 tick risk on the with the stop and reverse adjustment. That would be 126. On top of 56, 182. Not a good spot. Crude's still short. Trying to work down the money management. All right, target one. Actually, target two on the crude short. 13 ticks. Losing the first trade. 76 down to 59. 1734. So we're still down 21. Soybeans coming close to its trailing stop and get us out of the early trade. Unleaded is flat. And crude is still in the short, still with the target two position remaining. Right, let's see. Stop is going to be at 58. Soybeans with a filtered trade. Now, okay, it stopped out. That's actually a valid trade as it stops out. It's because it's not a stop and reverse. So that is going to be our first trade of the morning. And it's going to show up as a get in sync when this bar closes. But I will go ahead and mark it up as a valid trade because that is we were flat and not in the trade, so hybrid mode doesn't apply. And because the entry was at the stop, still not a stop and reverse, and hybrid mode doesn't apply. But now that it's hit the trailing stop, it will hybrid mode. Yeah, see, there's the valid trade showing up. So soybeans is long or has a pending long trade, whichever way you want to play that. All right, there's a new long on unleaded. No trigger yet. The stop is at the session low. I don't think so. So let's move that down to 34. I move it down to 36 and then key level at 34. All right, also a short trade on unleaded. And that short triggers in at There again, I would have put that probably at 34, but it hit it anyway. So it's short from 34. Just barely got it. Stop is at 886. That triggering in obviously cancels the long setup. So unleaded is short, and there is target 2 on crude. Stop and reverse adjustment doing its job, keeping us in the short. So we pick up 13 and 20. So 30, 33, and we were down 34. So we're down 1 tick after 2 trades, looking for a 3rd trade. And actually, we're in the 10 o'clock hour, so we end up 9 o'clock session down 1 tick. And we'll look for a new trade for the 10 o'clock session. Didn't get enough up bars to set exhaustion dots. Not quite close enough to the 20 SMA, I don't think. Well, we aren't going to get exhaustion dots anyway, so that's a moot point. Stop and reverse possibility on soybeans. 48 flat, and I believe it got there. It got there. It's an 8-tick target one, so that's not bad. Unleaded stops and reverses back to long. 66. Kind of getting chopped up here. It's like money management at 84. So that'll move the stop up to 67. And we stop out. That's a break-even trade. So we go. And we go at 21. That's right. That was break even then. Trade 1. 2 was 12 to 9. Looking for a trade on crude. We're short on soybeans and flat on unleaded at the moment. So trade number 5, and that's breaking. So 5 trades. That's a break-even stop out on unleaded. We can take one more. That's short coming on unleaded. High is 53, so it will 33, 29 would be the entry. $73. Oh, no, 87. That's more like it. And all right, we have a get in sync long now on soybeans. The short was a full stop out. Once it stopped out of the short, the long became valid because it wasn't against, was no longer against the 50 as a stop and reverse hybrid mode. Made that a valid trade, and we just triggered in. So long, trade number 3 on, and this one's going to take, I'm going to take it down to 47 flat. We're sitting right on the session low at 47.5 again. And we do trigger short on unleaded. Good size short there on unleaded. As expected, the entry at 29, the stop at 87. Money management at 86. Target 2 at 755. All right. So we're short on unleaded, long on soybeans, flat on crude. Yeah, Micro Russell and the YM both moving up smartly after a very much down morning, setting a session low at 10:15 on the YM. And trade 6 and unleaded is another full stop out. So just unfortunately out of sync. Once we got that initial target 1 win, crude picked up a long trade, watching everything else, not watching it. That's hit money management and target 1, so this will be a one and done session for the 10 a.m. It's going to be target 2 and target 3 for our actionable targets. The entry was at 51. We've hit our target, so we'll go to 52 now and wait for the trailer to pick up. Once we have a target in hand, I'm not going to leave risk on the table. I'm going to take it to money management, even though that's a major key level. And there's target 2, so that completes the crude 10 a.m. session. Unleaded is done. So the only thing left is soybeans. That just hit target 1. So we had the long stopped and reversed to short, which was a full stop out, and we've just gotten a target 1 on the subsequent long. That's 8 ticks. So 2 points. Let's see, we went from 51.5 to 48. That's 3.5. That's 14 tick risk. So we were down 14 points on that one. Then we had 16, 18 tick risk. So we're down 32 points We just picked up 2 points. So we're still down 30 points. Bad day on soybeans. All right. The soybeans being the only thing left still running, I'm going to go ahead and call it a morning because I've got an appointment to go to. So we will see everybody again tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern, and we'll do a regular session at 9:30 and the crude oil inventory session at 10:30 tomorrow. So we'll see everybody then. Hey, everybody, have a good afternoon. Hope everyone had good trading this morning, and we will see you tomorrow.